Hey beautiful yogis, welcome back. So excited to share this class with you guys. We're going to be stabilizing through the core, through the lower half of the body. Make sure you've got a towel, maybe a drink, anything that you need. And then once you're ready, I'm going to invite you guys to come to a kneeling position, hero's pose. Know that if this is uncomfortable for the extension in your ankles, you're more than welcome to take a cross-legged seat. But starting here is going to be great. Once you've found that comfy seat, just start to close down through your eyes and let your shoulders soften. And for many of us, when we're stabilizing around the core, the breath is the first thing to leave our practice. And that's because when we contract the abdominal muscles, a lot of the time when we do so too much, we're not leaving any room for the diaphragm to move up and down through our body as we breathe in and out. So as you breathe in, notice the diaphragm moving down. It's like a vacuum pulling the air into the body. And as you breathe out, feel the diaphragm moving up, pushing the air out. And become really centered around this movement, the movement of the diaphragm. Moving down as you breathe in, moving up as you breathe out. Just take 2 more breaths like this, allowing all of that extra stuff you're carrying to slowly fall out of the mind's eye. Just land in the practice, land on your mat. On your next breath in, place your hands on your knees. Shine the heart space forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then as you breathe out, slow and steady, start to take the chin towards the chest, round through the shoulders, send the upper back away. Breath in, shine the heart space open, squeeze shoulder blades together. And breath out, tuck the tailbone round. Take 3 more rounds of this seated cat-cow. Finding this articulation through the spine, this ripple through extension and flexion. As best as you can, find that fluidity. I find when I close my eyes, I have a lot better chance of taking away that visual distraction and landing inward in comparison to continuously being drawn outward. Maybe you've got 1 more round left. And then once you're ready, begin to blink open through your eyes. Already, we're going to start by turning on through the core. Now, for a majority of you, you may not have done this with Tyler and I, but we're going to be coming from this kneeling position. We won't be here for too long though. Once you've got that kneeling position, place your hands to the outer edges of your thighs and just behind the knee. From there, start to shift your weight forward, ground down through your hands, push the floor away, and then really slowly, using the belly, start to draw your knees in towards your chest and your chin. You're going to be on the tops of your toes. Keep taking the weight into your arms. Use the belly to draw the front thighs into the stomach, the chest, or towards the chin. Keep pushing the floor away. Round through your upper spine. And then once you're ready, slowly release. Just take a couple of rolls through the shoulder. We're going to come into this again, but what you're going to notice is I'm going to take one of my feet off the earth and then the other, and continue to swap. So if you're not sure what I mean, please look forward. Take a breath out, hug them in, and then really slowly start to take the toes off the earth. If you can, see if you can get both off of the earth just for a couple of seconds. Stay for 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop those feet back to the earth. Catch the breath. Now immediately here you begin to notice that the breath becomes faster. And we lose control over that in and out flow. So before we begin to move any further, guys, just take control of that breath. One more in. Control the breath out. Really good. And take a big step towards the front of your mat. If you want to wobble out the legs after sitting on them for a little while, you're more than welcome. But once you're ready, look down at your right toes, spread them. Lift your left knee towards your chest, hands to the sky. Find stork. Now here again, this active hip compression, use the hip flexor to lift the knee nice and high. And then what you'll notice is if you ground down through your right foot, you'll get a little bit of extra lift. Not leaning back to lift the knee higher, nor forwards. Just find this beautiful straight line. And take just one more breath in. And then find tree pose as you breathe out. Placing the sole of your left foot to your inner upper thigh. If it can't get that high, you're more than welcome to place it on the inner edge of your calf. Any mudra, hand gesture, you please. Just start to zip up through the core. Not so much that you can't breathe. And then lift a little taller through the crown of your head. Now here in this posture, I want you guys to play around with core activation. And notice what it's like to turn on your core so much the diaphragm pretty much can't move. The breath becomes really shallow. And just using this moment of stillness, not only to turn on all of the little muscles in our foot, our ankle, our knee and hip, but just play around with that activation through the core and what's going to work best and support you throughout this class. And take just one more breath on this side, a full inhale, a full exhale. On your next breath in, lift the knee nice and high. Place that left foot down, spread the toes straight away. Right knee towards the chest, hands to the sky. Lift this knee higher. So many of us come to kind of this midpoint. I want you guys to lift the knee as high as you can. Tuck the tailbone down. Knead the hip points, the rib points towards one another. Hands high, pinky fingers turn inwards. And that gaze is going to help you a lot today. Try and keep it still. Once you feel as if you're ready, slowly find tree pose. Suck the outer edge of your left hip to the midpoint, to the midline. Strong through the core. Keeping this midsection of the belly engaged is going to allow the rest of the body to fall in line with the belly. And that's going to come in handy as we begin to move through our flow. So again, just playing with that core activation, finding what's going to work best for you. And then allowing all of those little muscles in the left foot now to become warm and alive. And that's our reminder today. Any sensation that enters the physical body is just a reminder that you are alive, and that is a gift. Right knee towards your chest as you breathe in. Right foot to the earth. Exhale. Wobble out through the legs. As always, we take this first one held. Prepare the body. Prepare the mind. Breathe out. Right foot grounds, left knee rises, stork as you breathe in. We won't be here for too long. The body's already pretty familiar with this pose, but what I ask is that you find that level of core engagement you need. Take one more big breath in. Straighten the leg as you breathe out. Two breaths here. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more big breath in. Exhale, belly button to spine. start to slowly plug the head of your femur into the hips. Warrior 3. Hands forward, left foot back. Engage the left glute as much as you can. Keep the core engaged. Biceps by your ears. One more big breath in. As you breathe out, bend the right knee. Bring the left knee towards your chest. Curl into a little ball. Breathe in, find length. Breathe out, curl into that little ball. Slow and steady. As you breathe in, slowly step back, open chest, crescent lunge. Belly on, straight back leg today. And then as you breathe out, long stance pyramid. Woo. Land, guys. Catch that breath. Draw right hip crease back, left hip point forward, collarbones towards toes. You may notice I'm staying quite high in this. I'm allowing my hamstrings a little bit of room. I can feel sensation even here. My hamstrings are quite long, so just honor that first point of sensation. And then once you feel as if you are ready, we can slowly fold a little deeper, but don't push yourself first time through. We'll take that last breath out. Stork pose as you breathe in. Shift the weight forward, ground the right, lift the left. Foot to floor, hands to heart. As you can see, core activation through this flow is really important. It's going to keep everything together. Find that level of core engagement now. Breathe out. Keep it. Ground the left foot, lift the right knee. Just 2 breaths here. Once again, find that real lift. Hands continue to reach up. One more big breath in. Straighten the leg as you breathe out. Keep it high as you can. Activate the foot forward. Last big breath in. Breathe the air out. Plug head of femur up. Warrior 3 is where we're moving to. Make sure you're not scraping the foot. Hands are forward, right foot back. Right glute on, belly on to support this long shape. Keep reaching the hands forward. One more big breath in, guys. Curl into that little ball as you breathe out. Use the core. As you breathe in, find length, slow and steady. Breathe out, curl into the ball. Step back as you breathe in. Open chest, crescent lunge, move slow. Long stance pyramid. As you breathe out. Left hip crease, keep it pulling back. Again, can you actively draw the chest forward? It's not just allowing it to fall there, but it's this energetic pulling. It's like there's a rope towards your chest and it's pulling in front of your left foot. That breath, so important, guys. Keep breathing. We'll take one more big breath in. Notice you'll lift up a little, offer the belly space to breathe. Fall a little deeper as you breathe out. Shift the weight forward, stork pose, right knee rises, big breath in, belly on. Foot to floor, hands to heart, breathe out. One breath, one movement, no distractions, do not overcomplicate it. Right foot grounds, allow that breath in to lift the left knee high. Straighten the left leg as you breathe out. Transition to warrior 3, plug head of femur up, hands forward, left hand back. Round into your ball as you exhale. Expand as you breathe in. Round over as you breathe out on purpose. Puff the upper back up. And then slow and steady step back. Open chest, crescent lunge. Long stance pyramid. Energetically, chest forward, right hip crease back. Stork pose as you breathe in. Transition the weight. Lift the knee high. Foot to floor as you breathe out. Other side. Right knee will rise. Take a big breath in. Straighten the leg. Keep it high. Breathe out. Start to tip at the hips. Reach those hands forward. Belly on. Don't forget it. Curl into a ball. Use the core. Expand in length as you breathe in. Round over as you breathe out. Step back, plant the foot. Open the chest, turn on the belly, inhale. Chest towards left toes. Left hip crease back, breathe out. Stork, ground the left, lift the right, inhale. Foot to floor, hands to heart, breathe out. Straight away, lift that left leg, breathe in. No overcomplicating it, straighten the leg, breathe out. Tip at the hips, energetically, fingers forward, left foot back. Round over, feel the spine curl. Breathe in, length. Breathe out, round. Step back on purpose, take your time to open the chest. Feel left hip flexors. Breathe out, fold over. Transfer the weight, lift that left knee, breathe in. Foot to floor, Samastitahi. Breathe out, lift that right knee. Find that buoyancy. Straighten the leg, keep it. Tip at the hips, Virabhadrasana 3. Hands forward, biceps by ears. Round over, use the belly to contract. Open up as you inhale. Round as you breathe out. Step back, slow and steady. Take a big breath in. Chest towards toes. Breathe out. Stork. Inhale and rise. Foot to floor. Hands to heart. Breathe out. Land yogis. A couple of breaths here. Close down your eyes. Push your thumbs in towards your heart space. Feel your heart beating. Here are those sensations that make us feel alive. Swirling through the body. Never good, never bad. Just sensation. We'll take 2 more breaths. Really nice, yogis. Slow and steady, come to the middle of your mat. And take your sitting bones gracefully all the way down. And land in this sitting position. We're going to move through high boat, low boat, turn on the core a little bit more. So once you're ready, place your feet with a nice bend in the knees to the earth. First, point of movement, crown of head forward, shoulder blades back, chest proud. Keep all of that. Hands out in front. And then slowly start to create a V-like shape through the body. You can stay here with your feet on the earth. If you want a little bit more, you can bring your feet up, hands behind your knees. Just ensure we're not rounding through the lumbar spine. Collarbones up. And then from here, if you want a little bit more, place your hands out in front. Keep whatever variation you'd like. Let's breathe in. Low boat. Shoulder blades off the earth, hips, lumbar spine, only thing on. Hug your hands to your thighs, and then we're going to rock back and forth. Stay in this position. We don't want to be loose at all. Keep going for another 5, 4. You guys have got it. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Big sigh out. Breathe really deep into the stomach. Feel the abdominal muscles grow as you breathe and expand them with the breath. We'll take just 2 more long and slow breaths in and out of the stomach. No rush. 1 more expansive breath in. Feel the belly button rise. And a really long and slow breath out. Start to set the body up for bridge pose. Placing your feet hip bones distance apart. Make sure you can at least touch the back of your heels. Before you move anywhere, I'd love for you guys to draw the chest up towards the ceiling or sky, and then start to draw your shoulder blades in towards one another. So the top of your palm, faces the roof. Feel this opening of the chest, keep that. On your next breath in, really slowly, start to lift your hip points up to the sky. From there, once you get to that height, draw the shoulders in and underneath more, glutes on, knees hugging to the midline by grounding the big toe mounts. Keep pushing the hips up to the sky. Keep the breath really fluid, but the belly on. And just ensure, guys, that you are pushing down through your feet to lift up through your hips. We're going to stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop the hips down. Windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. And as that sensation washes away, just observe. Are you avoiding the sensations? Or are you still using that reminder that they're there again to make you feel the gift of life? 1 more time from side to side. If you want to stay with bridge pose, please stay. If wheel is a part of your practice, you are more than welcome to go to wheel. For those of you moving into bridge, head there now. For those of you who are heading into wheel, move through bridge first. Lift the hips nice and high. Bridge, stay here. Wheel, frame your face with your hands. Make sure you're not on your hair. And then really slowly push all the way up. Make sure your chest is open, your toes are straight forward, hugging knees to the midline, hugging elbows to the midline, belly on but breath flowing. Keep pushing the floor away. Bridge or wheel. 5, 4, stay nice and high. 3, 2, 1, lower down slowly, safely. Land on the backs of your shoulders. And then once you've got down to the ground, hug your knees into your chest. Round over through the spine. Curl through the spine so we can counter out that extension with contraction. Focus on that breath. Last exhale. And then really slowly bring your right foot to the earth. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. And then placing your hands on the back of your right thigh or onto your right shin, draw that package in towards you. Flex your left toes, draw your shoulder blades down to the earth. And breathe here. Any sensation, allow it to be your reminder. Just 1 more big breath in. And out. Slow and steady, place your right foot on the earth. Keep This figure four-like shape grounds the outer edge of your right thigh and your left foot to the earth while keeping your shoulder blades down. Allow this really gentle twist to enter the spine. You stay for one more big breath in and out. Come back to center. We'll swap over sides, grounding the left foot, crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Hug that package in. Make sure the right toes are flexed. Even in these static postures, breath is still moving. And this flow keeps us centered and grounded. Shoulder blade, feel them earth. One more big breath in. Ground that left foot and then slowly bring in that twist, dropping this package over to the left, grounding right shoulder blade down. And that breath moves in and out. It's in no hurry at all. Last inhale. Allow the belly button to fall to the spine. And come back to center. And land in our last and final pose, Shavasana. And draw your shoulder blades underneath your chest. Allow your palms to face the ceiling or the sky. Lay in this position of surrender. Offer up your control. Allow your breath to become natural. Commit to this stillness for you and solely you. Yogis, I really encourage you, if you'd like to stay here, please stay. Finish this practice when it feels right. But of course, if you want to move into the rest of your day, we'll exit this practice together by rolling off to one side. Slowly pushing yourself up to a seat. Once you land there, place your hands at your heart, bow your head to your hands. As always, we honor this practice. We honor each other and we honor ourselves. Namaste. Yogis, thank you so much for supporting Tyler and I in Open Door. We have some pretty exciting things in store for you. Please stay tuned.